The meeting at 3:01. Thanks for joining us today. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners. I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting, the Budimai people. It's a privilege to be standing on Budimai country. Join me in the prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom, thy come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, now and forever. Amen. I acknowledge the pioneers who settled this country, developed the land, and turned it into the productive country we know today. All right, we have the disclaimer on the opposite side printed over there. We have, do we have any public members outside? Did anyone?
I don't think there was any out there.
No. Would you mind taking
Yes.
No. All right, so we have our members, staff, no distinguished visitors or members of the public, and we have leave of absence, which is Councillor Liz Hepworth, and no other apologies, I don't think. Okay. Public question time. We have no response to questions taken on notice, and we don't have any questions without notice. Okay. Item 6, applications for leave of absence. Do I have anyone who would like to be granted leave of absence for the future meeting at this stage?
No.
No? Okay. And confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting, which was held on the 22nd of May 2025. Can I have someone to move that motion, please? Councillor Spoutman and seconded Councillor Bryant. Councillor Spoutman, would you like to say?
No, I don't.
Councillor Bryant? Anyone against the item? No, all in favour? 6-0. Carried. Seven point 2 is the special meeting we had on the 22nd of May. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Bradford and seconded Councillor Fraser. Councillor Bradford, would you like to speak to the item? No. Councillor Fraser? No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried. 6-0. Announcements by presiding member without discussion. I have none. Petitions, deputations and presentations. There are none. And announcements of matters of which the meeting may be closed, which we have none. Declaration of interest. I have a declaration of interest for 12.4 and impartiality interest. Are there any other?
I have one for 12.4 as well.
Councillor Fraser, 12.4 as well. And impartiality. In conflict of interest. Thank you. If there's any others that arise during the meeting, let me know. And there's a financial interest from Liz Bushby, the Town Planning Innovations, for item 14.1. Okay, we'll move to 12.1, the monthly financial report for the end of May 2025. I have someone to move the financial report, please. Councillor Bradford, Councillor Bryant. Councillor Bradford, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Bryant? No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried. 6-0. Item 12.2, schedule of financial activity for the period ended 21st of May 2025. Can I have someone to move the accounts for payment? Councillor Fraser. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak? Councillor Campbell?
No.
Councillor Campbell?
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried. 6-0. 12.3, the Mount Gibson Public Benefit Trust. Can I have someone to move the item? and
Which reserve?
indicate a reserve or suspend standing orders.
Yeah.
Councillor Bryant, what would you like to do?
Move it
Move
I'm
that
happy with
item
that, yep.
and what reserve?
into, do we put it into a Mount Gibson Trust Reserve, or how do we word it?
Would you like?
Oh,
suspend standing
no, yes,
orders?
suspend standing orders, please.
Can I have a seconder for that? Councillor Fraser, all in favour? Carried 6-0.
Yeah, how do we word the reserve? It needs to be
Um,
worded properly, doesn't it?
Lead reserve, plant reserve. One of those one.
or you can go to, yeah, you can. We had a discussion previously about combining the Mount Gibson Infrastructure Reserve, the benefit reserve, into the newly Community Infrastructure Reserve. I'm not sure if that's still something that council want to do in the future. So it's, I'm thinking that the Community Infrastructure Reserve would be a place where that particular money would go if you want it to go to future infrastructure, or not, obviously you have to be careful where you put it. You could put it in other reserves, obviously your pool reserve or your housing reserve, or
Yeah, so depending where it goes, can it still be used for community projects or?
if you put it into the community
Okay.
infrastructure, that would make sense.
Yeah, okay.
To go into something like that, or otherwise it's more specific.
Yeah.
Or in the community infrastructure reserve, that's where it's going to go.
Any other comment?
No, I think infrastructure. Yeah.
Because that's what the Thought of Holy was about, sort of thing, wasn't it? The original was for the community.
All right.
Yep.
All right, can we resume standing orders, please? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Sparkman, all in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, can I have someone to move that item, please, with the reserve? Which yes, Councillor Bradford.
Yeah, I'll move that resolution and can put the community infrastructure reserve in there, please.
Yes,
And I'll move that.
move that one.
Oh yeah, where's it going?
Chloe,
Up there.
clear. Yes, and can I have someone to second that? Councillor Campbell. So, Councillor Bradford.
Yeah,
Anyone?
no.
Councillor Campbell.
Thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, 12.4, the Perenjori Sports Club house renovations. You're leaving the room. Councillor Fraser is leaving the room at 3:10. Do I have someone to move the item? Or yes, and there are the item number 3 also needs to resolve where we are going to take the money from if council agrees on the actual renovation and the donation to the sports club.
Yeah, I'm happy to move that and take it from the community infrastructure reserve.
Councillor Bradford to move that item. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Bryant. So Councillor Bradford. So you move the 30,000 from the community infrastructure reserve.
So that's
Or
to be
the-
clear that that's 30,000 from there, and they're paying 30,000 as well with matching it. They're matching it. That's right.
So is that 60,000 from the community infrastructure reserve to fund the whole project?
30,
30.
30 and 30. They're putting
Yep.
30 and we're doing 30.
Yep.
Is that right?
That's my understanding. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
And that's
Do
that.
we need to amend anything else there then? Or is
Is
that
that what that reads? I'm trying to read it, but
Yep. The cost is $60,000 to your budget, 30,000 from the club, 30,000 from Shire.
yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
That's what I read it.
Yeah. All right. Do I have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Campbell. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak on that?
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 5-0.
You get
Good stuff. Yes, please.
what we
Councillor Fraser returns to the room at 3:12. 12.5, the council housing rental fees. There is a decision to be made of 1, 2, or 3 of this resolution. Can I have someone to move one of the resolutions? Councillor Fraser,
Can I move number 2, please, to keep it at 25%?
2. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Bradford?
Just for clarification,
Yes.
you've got "and" at the end. So here and number 4. So if you resolve 2, if you endorse the amendments to council policy for staff housing, if you're happy with that, to include that, you just said remove number 2 and number 4.
Yes,
and
so
number 4.
make them all at 25%. So
Correct.
amending that
And endorse the
Endorse the
amendments to
amendments.
council policy.
Yep.
Point 2, you're moving point 2 and point 4.
And do I have a seconder for that? Councillor Bradford. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item?
no.
Councillor Bradford?
No, it'd be good just to have them all in the line, everyone under the same discount, basically. So, yeah, make fair's fair, I think. That's all I've got to say.
Thank you. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0 by an absolute majority. The 13.1 is our strategic community plan. It is to endorse the 22-32 council plan. Can I have someone to move, or I'd like to move an amendment to that we include the sport and rec infrastructure or sporting services into the plan over incorporated for the next 5 years, please.
Good. Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you. So I've moved it. Can I have someone to second the item? Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak to the item?
Thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Item 13.2 is Soundscape Committee meeting minutes. Can I have the item is to endorse the unconfirmed minutes and also endorse the 2 items of landscaping work for the Aboriginal interpretive space. Someone to move that, or Councillor Sparkman? Move that?
Yeah, I'd like to move.
Yep. And a seconder, Councillor Fraser. Councillor Sparkman, would you like to speak to the item?
Yeah, I think that's going to look really good, and it's a good start. And unfortunately, I wasn't at that meeting. I didn't read my email in time, but yeah, no, having a read of that, I think that would be really lovely. So good to get started on something.
Councillor Fraser?
No.
No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Item 14.1, proposed amendment number 1 to the Shire of Perenjori local planning scheme number 3. I may need some clarification on it. Can I have someone to suspend standing orders, please? Councillor Campbell, seconded.
Suspend standing orders, please.
And Councillor Bradford, seconded. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Would you mind just going through the difference between the single? Is that okay?
Yeah, the zoning table dictates what's allowed to go in each area. The allow, next approved, and go back to this is just the finalisation of your tree farm policy which you had previously. So it's just a process to go through.
Is it just the symbol is sort of different because it's a,
It needs approval from the council, so only adopt amendment to Shire local aid for the purpose of advertising. So only deleting the A, which is approved, was farmland, the next in the rural residential zone, so anything F is, I have to get it right, but it's making it so it needs your approval to do it.
yes.
Put in there, hang on, sorry. So we had the public submissions as well, so they came in, so you needed to look at those and give consideration to those.
Yeah, there
Change
was
it.
no comment pretty much on any of those, was there?
Yeah, see, if you look at point one, change the land use classification table and zoning table, which ensure that any tree farm land use is prohibited in the rural residential zone.
Yeah.
So, next me, so prohibited A is, okay, rural residential property is mainly around the town.
Yes, yes, which you don't want.
You don't want tree farms.
You don't want tree farms buffering your town,
Just
basically.
technicality.
Yeah,
Actually, there's a strip along Perenjori Carnamar Road as well, that's rural residential. On
mm.
the other side of where the houses are, that's in rural residential.
Oh, okay.
From the town map online.
Yep. All right, can I have someone to, any other questions first before we move on? Can I have someone, we need to resume standing orders, please. So Councillor Fraser and seconded Councillor Sparkman, all in favour? Carried 6-0. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Bradford and Councillor Bryant, seconded. Councillor Bradford, would you like to speak to the item?
No.
Councillor Bryant?
No, thanks.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. 14.2, the WA Local Government Association Convention for 2025, which will be from the 22nd to the 24th of September.
Do we want to, could I please suspend standing order?
Yes, Councillor Sparkman, suspend, and Councillor Bradford seconded. All in favour?
Sorry.
Carried 6-0.
Yeah, I just didn't know whether there was a discussion before you commit to who is and who isn't going, so I'm not going to go to this one.
I'm not
Okay.
going.
You're not going?
I can't go.
Let me go.
No?
Want to go?
Councillor Campbell?
No.
No. Oh.
No one wants to go.
Okay.
All going?
Um,
Oh, I won't go this year.
this one. Okay. I probably will go. And perhaps Clinton might like to come. I will. What I might do is put my name there, and then I'll liaise with the new CEO and see where he might, if he would like to attend as well. Yep. Can I do that?
Which, sorry, would I be able to maybe, would I maybe able to do the same? I'm not 100% sure if I can go at this stage, but can I sort of maybe nominate and then
Yes.
give it? Yeah.
And we don't know about councillor Hepworth.
No, that's right. Councillor Hepworth as well.
Is that okay or?
It's certainly up to yourselves, but depends whether we nominate. We nominate so many positions and then accommodation. So we get accommodation.
Yeah.
Because it does fill up pretty good. Demon apartments.
Well, yeah, but we can, next week.
Yeah,
if
next
we
week.
confirm.
Yeah. And I can arrange our own accommodation if that's an issue. So, but yeah.
All right. I think perhaps nominate, because you didn't go last year.
No,
It would be really
Yeah.
good,
Yep.
and then we can work it out.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And then I will liaise with Councillor Hepworth.
Yep.
As well, and see if he would like to go. So and then no one else? Everyone? Okay.
Ask you.
All right.
All these in a row. Don't worry. Gotta get on that.
Can I have someone to resume standing orders then, please? Councillor Bryant, seconded. Councillor Sparkman. All right, so can I move that the following elected members will attend at this stage is myself, Councillor Sutherland, Councillor Campbell, and I will. It was safe for Councillor Hepworth, and the CEO. Yeah. All right. Can I have someone to second that motion, please? Councillor Fraser. Would you like to speak to the item? Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right. Confidential reports, we have none. Ordering the common seal, we don't have any of that. Reports of committees and members, none. Motion to which previous notice has been given, no. Notice of motions. Item 20, new business of an urgent nature admitted by council is our late items. We can grab those out. 20.1. We need to accept that we accept the late items. Can I have someone? Councillor Fraser and Councillor Bradford. Thank you. All in favour? Carried 6-0. So 20.1 is the late item disability access and inclusion plan, and progress report. And I believe this is just a revision, correct, of that report?
And your review of the report of what we've done to achieve the goals.
Okay.
Yep.
And it was included in the late item because it had to be in by the end of June, I believe. Yep. So apologies for the late item. Can I have someone to move the item? Councillor Sparkman and seconded Councillor Bryant.
No.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. And 20.2, the revocation of resolution 2205/25.21 and the new determination of the elected member fees, allowances and expenses for 2025. We approved the item last month, but on reflection, I would like to revoke the item and reduce the fees. So can I have someone to move the first part, please, of the item? Councillor Bradford, which item, 1 or 2, would you like to
Consider revoking 2.
correct? Okay, thank you. And do I have a seconder for that? Councillor Bryant. Thank you. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0, which is absolute majority. Thank you. The second part of that is that council revokes part 2A. Can I have someone to move the motion, please? Councillor Sparkman. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Fraser. Councillor Sparkman, would you like to speak to the item?
No, I don't.
Councillor Fraser. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0 by an absolute majority. And the last part is, can I have someone to move one of the options, please, for the fees? Or can I? Okay, I would like to move A, that the Shire President fees are 50% of the maximum fee set by SAT. Can I have someone second that motion, please? Councillor Campbell. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak to that?
Thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0 by absolute majority. Thank you. And I'd like to declare the meeting closed at 3:26.